Hi, I'm Beth, this is Summer, and we are Chic Crochet. We're fast approaching the 250th birthday of our nation, so today I'm feeling inspired and I want to share with you patriotic items I would love to make in preparation for this huge event. I'm going to be referencing my notes as we go, and I'll pop everything up on the screen so you can see it as I'm seeing it in real time. First, let's talk about blankets. And as we know, blankets are a huge undertaking, so it is late April right now. It is not too early to get started. July 4th will be coming fast upon us. I know July is not the perfect time to be covering up with a blanket, but it would be a beautiful addition to your home decor to lay over your sofa. It would make a huge statement. And the first one I want to start with is this beautiful creation by the Turtle Trunk. The Turtle Trunk has this incredibly beautiful afghan, and so the white and blue stripes are a chevron pattern and the stars are made separately and sewn on. This particular blanket is my #1 pick. This is the one that I personally plan on doing for my home decor. So she does have a paid-for pattern on Etsy, but she also has generously offered us this free tutorial on YouTube, and that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to try the free tutorial, and if I get hung up, I will definitely buy her pattern. Next, we have another free tutorial on YouTube, and this particular one is by Daisy Farm Crafts. It's smaller, it's a baby blanket, but I love the colors she used. It's a little more subtle. It's not just in your face, red, white, and blue. Her color choices are subtle, but definitely to me say patriotic, and it's not as large, so it would be a quicker make, and this is something I would love to try. But the flag blanket that the Turtle Trunk offers is going to be my top priority, and once I make that one, then I'm going to go on to these other items. Next is the 6-point star blanket done in patriotic red, white, and blue. This is also a free YouTube tutorial by Sparkly One. You know, I think this would make a beautiful overlay over a dining room table, and it not to cover the entire table, but just to layer over your tablecloth, your solid color tablecloth. I think that would be beautiful. So that might also have to go on my list. Don't know if I'll get to it this year, but yep, I've decided that's going on my list of to-dos. Next, let's look at something a little smaller like a throw pillow. And you could put those on your sofas, of course, or on your outdoor decor. And I like this one. It is a free tutorial by Kristen Redfield Crafts. This has been out there for a long time. This video is about 7 years old. It looks like the Betsy Ross version of our flag with the 13 colonies, so that would be a cute addition. One of them is just a solid blue with the stars sewn on. That would be really simple. You don't really need a pattern for that. And also pairing that with the red and white striped pillow. Again, don't really think you're going to need a pattern for that. And that's going on the list of ones I might try. And then this pillow, I love the picture, but I think it might be AI. The creator is Royal Creatives PDF Art, and I do not think that this is a legitimate pattern. I could be wrong. If I am, please correct me. If I cannot find a pattern for this, again, I think this one might be a simple one to figure out on your own. I do love how the stars are made out of little X's that are embroidered on the top, and it has a nice impact, but you don't have all the extra work of making individual stars. Yeah, there's only one review for this creator and it's a 1 star, so I would steer away from that. I'm not going to include the link, but I am going to include a photo of the pillow because I think we could figure that one out, how to do that on our own, and I would not feel bad about that since this is actually looks to be an AI generated pattern and maybe a fake account. So aren't these AI patterns just so aggravating? Just really aggravating. I don't know why Etsy allows this to continue.
And now you're done. Here is the before and here is the after.
Next are the banners, you know, the half circle or half moon shaped banners that you furl over the banisters of your porch, or sometimes I hang mine from the rafters over my porch and let them hang across. I have a picture of that. If I can find one, I will insert, but mine are not crocheted. They were just store-bought. If I crocheted them, I would not put them out in the weather, but you could use them on the inside of the house. And I have used mine on the inside of the house before. We had an election party for my father-in-law and a couple of other events that we had inside the house, and I did put those inside. But if I crocheted them, I think they would be too heavy to hang them as I want to hang them, but they would look very pretty over your staircase. I could do one over the banister of the top of my staircase, or even over the back of the sofa if you wanted to do the whole circle instead of half. You could, oh, another thing, it would look really pretty over the mantle of the fireplace. And since it's summer, 4th of July, we wouldn't have a fire in the fireplace. So that might be an option to put one over the fireplace. But I have a lot of other things I also want to put on over the fireplace, which are the garlands, and garlands are our next. Here's a free crochet garland tutorial, and you could easily take these and make them red, white, and blue. Here's an example of that, and have a really pretty patriotic garland. Also, you could again put pom-poms or tassels in between to break it up. Do you remember in elementary school when we cut the construction paper into long strips and we looped them together and we made the paper chains? That would be a really pretty 4th of July crochet project for garland, and you can make them in red, white, and blue. Very simple. I also found a free tutorial on YouTube if you need help with that by Laura Capeta English, and I will link that below. So she goes through that if you're a beginner crocheter and you need a little help figuring that out. And then onto table runners, you could use some of these flag patterns that we have talked about, although you could greatly simplify it and just do a long table runner in patriotic colors and make it very simple. I think the idea that I found for a table runner that I love the most is making these red, white, and blue stars in different sizes and linking them together and just running them across the table. That is one that I am leaning toward. Again, the stars, you can't go wrong with stars for the 4th of July. So there's so many things we can do with them. So if you find a good star pattern and you're able to adjust it and make it in different sizes, you can use it for the garland, you can use it for your table runner, you can use it for your afghan, you can use it for the pillows. There's so many things. So I do suggest just getting to know one of those easy star patterns really well and learn to make it in different sizes. I will link several of those. There's lots of free star tutorials on YouTube. I'm just going to pick a couple of those and really learn to make them well and make a lot of stars. And you could also use them for coasters. You can make them larger and make them placemats. The possibilities are endless on that one. Next, you could do wearables. Take your favorite sweater pattern, maybe it's the hexagon granny, and just go wild with the 4th of July colors, the red, white, and blue, and rotate those out and have a really cute hexagon sweater. You could do a granny square sweater. You could also do just a simple granny square top like this, or you could do a tube top in red, white, and blue. I also really love these little kerchiefs, these little red, white, and blue kerchiefs. You could make it for your children. You could make it for an adult size. You could also make it for your pup and make them a cute little scarf to wear around their collar for the 4th of July. That would be adorable. And then one of my favorite crochet things to make are, of course, bags. You could go back to those pillow patterns that we talked about earlier. You could make a front and a back and just seam them together. Also, I made this granny square bag last year, I believe it was, for the 4th of July. And it is one of those 13 granny squares you need. And this looks to me like fireworks. So I like this yarn that I used. And then I used a different yarn to join it. You can see that. This particular yarn, I'm not sure what the colorway is called. And then I made the tassel with the pom-pom just to give it a little extra character. This is a really fun bag to carry, and I definitely am going to carry it again this summer. I used it a lot last summer. I got a lot of compliments on it. And the colorway I used for the multicolored, it was all in one. It is, I love this yarn, and it's called Fittingly Old Glory. It's a really pretty yarn. That's a really pretty yarn to use. And you also might want to pick up a couple of skeins just to make some of the decor that we talked about, because that would be really cute as well. There are a few other bags that I found online that you could make. You can keep it simple or you can get more complex. You could make granny square bags, you could make a tote bag, you could make a phone bag. And if you have a favorite pattern or there's just something that you like to make on repeat, whether it's amigurumi or maybe it's coasters or face scrubbers, it could be a simple wearable, it could be a piece of home decor, just make it in red, white, and blue. We make our own rules, so you can definitely do that. You can turn anything into a 4th of July piece if you want to. So just by making it in red, white, and blue, you can turn almost any of your favorite patterns into a patriotic piece to celebrate this big year that we're about to have. I just had to pop on here and say that after filming, I came across this video by Crochet with Tiffany, and Tiffany has posted a video asking for we crocheters to support those who have served our country by crocheting and donating a blanket. I can't think of a better time to honor our vets than this, our country's 250th birthday. So here's Tiffany to tell us all about it.
Hey guys, today's project is a little different. This isn't just a blanket. It's something that we're making together for veterans, and I want you to be a part of it. I've teamed up with Warm Up America, and we're launching a crochet campaign where every blanket made gets donated to support those who have served our country.
I have linked Tiffany's video, so please pop on and see the rest of it and find out how you can help. Thanks so much. This year, so I hope and pray I get some of these crochet projects done. I really want my home to look festive and patriotic for this very special 4th of July. However we're going to do it, if we're going to do it at home or if we're going on a trip, we're going to celebrate big, because this is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime event. I wish my parents were here to see this, but I'm going to celebrate and honor them. My father was a World War II veteran, and my husband's grandfather was also a World War II veteran, and it's a big deal in our family. So we are going to celebrate. It's the most special 4th of July that has ever happened in my lifetime, and probably that will ever happen in my lifetime. So I don't want to miss it. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you made it this far, leave me an American flag emoji and tell me how you're going to celebrate this year. Thank you for joining us for this very fun episode, and remember, my friends, to let your light shine and always stay chic. Bye!
Chic, chic crochet!